And welcome to my channel. In this video I'll show you how to replace the oil and oil filter on a 6th generation of Mercedes-Benz S-Class W222 S550. Here's the front jack mounting point. If you want to raise the car with jack stands, or you can drive over the ramps. If you want the car level, you can jack the rear also using the differential with a piece of wood on the jack. And the jack stand points are the same as the other S-classes, behind the front wheel on both sides and right in front of the rear wheel. But you don't have to have the car leveled. You can just raise the front or drive over the ramp. And first you want to remove this cover to reveal the oil filter housing, and those are the points where this goes into. And the air intake hose, be careful with this, is kind of brittle. With age, Mercedes-Benz still makes these kind of flimsy. Examine it for any tears, and have some shop towels, of course, for this kind of job. Here, as you remove the oil filter, and also as you add oil on the left side, so to avoid any spills over the engine. And then using 74 millimeter 14 flute, you can get this for about $10 from Amazon nowadays. Let's see, it's May of 2024. And you can get the oil. I use the full synthetic Mobil 1. Zero W40, or you can use 5W40. You can get that from Amazon nowadays in the US. I used to get it from Walmart, but Amazon sells them for about $26 or so per gallon. And the filter is, I guess the filters can be very expensive depending on which brand. The brand I'm using here, which is pretty much, it's a very good brand, exactly like the one you see here, that came out of the car for 14 bucks. I'll have that in the description too. You'll need to, so once you remove the oil filter, just cover it with a piece of cloth so nothing gets into the engine. And there are 4 bolts. You only need to remove the middle of the 3 covers, not the front and not the one in the back, but the one in the middle. There are 8 bolts. You'll need an 8 millimeter socket to remove those in order to reveal the oil pan, and in order to drain the oil. And again, you see the front jack mounting point right here, that rubber piece in between the 2 bolts. That's the transmission pan, and then right in front of it, towards the front of the car, you'll find the engine oil pan, and there's the drain bolt with a washer facing on left steering wheel cars, facing the driver's side or driver tire. So this is an M14 bolt, so the torque value is 30 Newton meters, and I'll have that in the description or in the video. But that's the measure, the diameter of the bolt now, not the bolt head. If it's an M12 bolt, then you'll need 20 Newton meters to torque it with. And be sure to replace the washer with every oil change. That's what I recommend, but you can forego that every other oil change. Now I have the car on a lift, and I have the catch pan sort of high up, but it's best to have your hand right underneath so you can drop your hand as it comes loose completely, so that no oil spills on your hand. But you want to drive the car and warm it up to temp beforehand, before you do this, in order to increase the flow and to reduce the time of this job. And so the oil could be hot at this point, and you want to wear gloves. But position the catch pan about 1.5 to 2 feet to the side where the oil will come out, and then you'll have to reposition it depending on the size of your catch pan as the flow rate decreases. Now the washers are also kind of cheap. You can get a dozen of them from FCPU. I'll have that too in the description. So using a new washer, torque the bolt, and then clean up the area with brake fluid or with a towel. So the oil that I'm using, Mobil 10W40, I mean on the container it says guaranteed 10,000 miles. With these turbocharged cars, I wouldn't go that far. I would say replace the oil and the filter every 5,000 to 6,000 miles instead of 10,000 miles as with the previous non-turbo S-classes. And then replace the cover. So at this point the engine is devoid of any oil, and or most of the oil, and so you want to be very careful. You don't want to turn on the engine at all until you've put in about, I would say, 7.5 to 8, closer to 8 US quarts. The capacity of these engines is 8 liters or 8.45 US quarts. So you just want to be shy by half a liter or half a quart, and then do the final adjustments using the dipstick later, and I'll have that in a few minutes. But the oil filter, the new oil filter already has the small gasket at the tip of it, so the filter comes already with the gasket mounted, but the gasket that goes around the cap of the oil filter you'll need to remove with your fingers, or if you have a hook or some implement, remove that without scoring the cap. It comes out a lot easier and goes back in a lot easier than the previous generation of oil filters on these cars. So replace the gasket on the cap. Now I didn't do it here, but you can use some generous amount of brake cleaner to clean inside of the cap, and also the oil filler cap. Turn it by hand until you can't, and then with a wrench, and then with a torque wrench. On the cap itself it says 25 Newton meters, so I'll have the foot-pound equivalent of that also on the screen. And finally clean up and replace the cap and the air intake hose. Now there are two tabs. You have to look. You can't just guess it unless you're pretty good. But look at it first and see where the edges are and where the two tabs are, and then press it in and then pull it out. Make sure that it doesn't come off. And now it's time to remove the oil filler cap. Spread some towels around it. Clean the cap well, and also clean here and make sure that none of the debris goes in. If you have steady hands, you don't need a funnel, otherwise use a funnel. So now after you replace the cap, at this point you can turn the engine on, lower the car if it's on jack stands, or drive off the ramps, and leave it on for just a couple of minutes. And then after that, turn the car off for about 5 minutes. You want all the oil to drip into the oil pan because the end of the dipstick goes all the way to the bottom of the oil pan. In order to get a correct measurement, it's very important that you leave the car off for 5 minutes or longer. and there's a minimum and a maximum marker on the dipstick. You want to make sure that the oil level is right below the max. And I also suggest that every few gas tanks or gas fill-ups, say every 4 or 5, check the oil level. Make that a habit, because if you have any leaks or anything, then you just don't want to run these engines dry. It's kind of hard to see on the video. It's getting kind of dark, but anyways, and then you'd have to reset the service reminder. To do that, you'll have to use the key, and while you're in the trip, the trip part showing the mileage, you want to press the call and the hang up buttons simultaneously with the OK. You want to do that after you've turned the key to position 2, and then to position 1 right after that, and within a few seconds of that, about 10 seconds or so, once it's in position 1, you want to press those 3 buttons simultaneously, and then you'll get this workshop menu. Using the up and down arrows, go to full service, and then confirm service, and confirm it with yes, and confirm it again. And then if there are any other reminders, you can press the OK button to get out of it. And if you go to service data, you'll see that it has been reset now to 365 days or 10,000 miles. And then you'll turn off the car or take it for a drive. I hope you enjoyed this video, and talk to you soon. Bye-bye.